question for each person to answer. One person asks a question verbally, then alternate asking and answering the questions following the order of the levels until the deck is complete. So usually you do this with another person, but I'm gonna do it myself and just answer them for you. There are some of them that are like asking the other person, like a question. But if I can answer all of them, I will try to, and if not, we will skip it. So I'm also doing this in not ASMR. I have Jennaize Podcast. So we have Jennaize ASMR Podcast and Jennaize Podcast. So if you would rather watch this in regular talking, you can go watch Jennaize Podcast, because we're going to do the same things, answer the same questions, do everything the same. I'm going to do that for every video, is make 2 separate videos, all the same stuff, but just one is regular talking and one is ASMR. So here is ASMR, and we are on level 2 now. Level 1 was perception, and it said this level is about gaining perspective on what the first impressions we give of and challenging the assumptions we make about others. And then level 2 is now connection, and it says this level is about asking the rarely asked questions and connecting on a deeper level. And then the next one, we're going to make level 3 video after this, and level 3 is reflection, and it says time to reflect on your game experience and what you have learned during the game. And now what I learned in the last one in level 1 is that there are multiple different new packs too, so we might do that as well. We might answer all of the other packs, but we'll see. And then there are also wild cards, so you spread the wild cards throughout all the 3 levels. And then if a wild card is drawn, the person who drew it must complete the instructions unless otherwise noted. The card notes that all players should complete it. So it's like things like write something down, but instead of doing that, we'll just say it. So if you want to see these questions for yourself, you just look up like We're Not Really Strangers PDF, and then someone on Reddit, I'm gonna yawn. I always do yawn when I make my ASMR podcast video, but I was yawning a bit in my regular podcast too. If you just look it up, there are people on Reddit who posted like a printable, like custom printable worksheet type thing where you can cut them out, but it only has a few questions on it. It's not all of them. So then there's a link to a Quizlet of them, and then a Google Doc. I just hit the mic, sorry. And if you just look it up, a lot of websites, have the questions, so you can look it up, or you can just get the actual card game box. I had it for a while. My husband and I played the game with each other like 2 years ago, and now I gave the game to my brother so he could play the game with his girlfriend. So they have it now, but you can just find the questions online, but I don't have it anymore, so I'm not sure if these are all of them, but it seems like it to me that these are all of them. If you look through multiple of the resources, you can put them all together and probably get all of the questions. So we're going to answer all of the level 2 questions that we have right now. So the first one says, what is your favorite memory from your childhood? And can you hold on, I gotta take my hat off so I can hear. This probably looks silly for watching this. I think someone like just drove by and it was like a really loud music, but maybe it's gone now, I think. But I made the regular podcast video before this. Now I'm making the ASMR version, so we answered them in the last one, so I kind of have them, fresh in my head. So this one says, what is your favorite memory from your childhood? And I was thinking about, I used to go to this place a lot called Metro Beach in Harrison Township, Michigan. My parents love to go there. They have a lot of stuff, you know, a playground, a beach, a pool, a park. And my dad goes golfing and they have a golf course there. My mom likes to rollerblade, so she rollerblades around. And me and my brothers used to ride bikes there. They have everything. Me and my one brother also used to work there too. So we've been there since we were little, since we were babies, and then we worked there. So it's a favorite memory because we were there like all the time. It kind of got annoying as we got older because we would go to the park all of the time. But yeah, and then it became my favorite too now because it's special to me now because my husband and I had our wedding reception there. So we live, I'm yawning again. Oh my goodness. When I make my ASMR videos where I'm whispering, I feel like my body just produces so much sleepiness and I yawn so much, and I feel kind of lightheaded sometimes when I whisper so much. Is that okay? I feel like I looked it up before to see if that was okay. I don't remember what it said. But anyway, besides that, me and my husband had our wedding reception there at Metro Beach, so now it's even more special to me. So we live a bit away from our parents, and both our parents live like around the same area and all our family, so we had it out there. So, and that was the cheapest place around there is Metro Beach. So we had our reception at Metro Beach. The place that we had our ceremony at is called Vintage House. So we had it in the little wedding chapel over there. That's in Fraser, Michigan. So then, you know, we drove from the ceremony over to that reception over at Metro Beach. So it's a favorite memory from my childhood because we would go there a lot. So it's just ingrained in my memory. But now it's also a favorite because in adulthood we still went there and I got married there. My reception was there, so it's a favorite place still now. Next, level 2. Oh, I didn't have to say level 2, but the printout card just says level 2, so I was repeating it, but we're not going to say level 2 for each one. Just go to the next question. Okay, what is something you are passionate about? And in the last one, I said theater, musical theater, Broadway, everything. I was a theater major. My dream is to be on Broadway, so that's what I'm passionate about. And the first thing I thought of was theater when I read this question. And the musical Be More Chill, there's a song called I Love Play Rehearsal, and in it she goes, the song is like, I am passionate a lot. I have mad gigantic feelings, red and frantic feelings about most everything. And that's how I feel. So I am passionate about theater and Broadway and all of that, because that's what I want to do. Next, what takes someone from a friend to a best friend for you? I would say a best friend is someone who you spend more time with. So a friend would be someone you only like hang out with just a little bit, and then a best friend you hang out with them a lot, way more than just a regular friend. And then next question says, what have you let go of this year that's made a positive change in your life? So I've let go of change in an instant, you know. You could get cancer and you can be gone, you know. Like, I am thankful that I'm alive and that I beat cancer, but nothing really phases me anymore now that I beat cancer. And you know, you realize like what a privilege like living is. Like, nothing phases me, and I let go of what everybody thinks and what everybody else feels, because what only matters to me is what I feel and how I feel and what I'm doing. So I've let go of thinking about other people and what they think about me. I just think about myself, because that's what matters most, is yourself and how you feel, because you never know what's going to happen. And you spend all this time worrying about how someone else feels and what someone else thinks about you, but then your life can change overnight, and you spent your whole life worrying about things that don't matter. So that's how I feel. Next, what question are you trying to answer in your life right now? So what I'm trying to answer is how to grow my hair. I'm doing hair oiling, and I have one of those like brushy things with the pointy things, and you rub it on your scalp, you know, while you're doing the hair oiling to stimulate your scalp. And now I'm taking a vitamin to grow your hair too. But I want to know how you can grow your hair faster. That's a question that I'm trying to answer and find out, because I recently saw a TikTok, and this girl, she was 2 whole years past chemo, post chemo, and she only had a bob. If I am 2 years past chemo and I only have a bob, I think I'm gonna actually freak out. I need my old hair back right now. I feel so ugly with no hair. I want my hair back really bad. So question I'm trying to answer, how do you grow your hair back overnight? How do I just get my hair back so fast? I need to know, because if it's 2 years from now and I still only have a bob, I'm going to flip out, like, actually. So hopefully my hair can grow faster than that. But yeah. Next question. Has a quote ever changed your worldview? Which one? Yes, there are a lot of quotes that I like, but what is one that I really like? One that I was saying in the last one was, I watch a lot of like self-help YouTubers, and a lot of them say this one where it goes like, follow your plan, not your mood. So I think I need to listen to that a lot, because I do a lot of things based off my mood. Like if I'm sad, I'm like, okay, I'm sad, like I just want to be sad and I don't want to do what I planned. Like if I plan to be productive and I'm like, no, I'm actually too sad, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm like, no, like you should do it. It's gonna make you feel better if you just do what you said you were gonna do. If you're sad and you don't do what you were planning to do, you're gonna be even more sad, because you're like, why didn't I just do what I was supposed to do? So that's what I say. Follow your plan, not your mood. Next, what are you excited for today, big or small? I'm excited to see my husband again. He left earlier today to go visit family, and I'm excited to see him again when he gets home. He's on his way home right now, and I want to see him because I've missed him all day, so I'm excited for when he gets home. Next, what would feel best to fully accept in this current moment? I would say, I'm sorry for my yawns. Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully you're yawning too. just relax. Hopefully this is relaxing you because it's relaxing me. So what would you feel best to fully accept in this current moment? I think I would like to accept actually letting go of the answer that the answer to the question that I had earlier of letting go, like just letting go of what other people feel about you. I need to fully accept that, like, yeah, I do feel that way and I'm letting go of everything, but sometimes I still care about what people think and I want to just fully accept it and fully let go. So I would feel better if I felt that way. What's the most fun you've had during this time? I think they're talking about, playing the game with someone else, so you would answer it with that. So I would say, with answering it with you, answering the first question, what is your favorite memory from your childhood? Because then I was able to think about and talk about my wedding, and I loved my wedding with my husband. So I would say that. And then next, what's the most valuable lesson this time has taught you so far? Again, I think it's with the cards and doing this with someone else. But the most valuable lesson is the one that I was saying, let go of what everybody else thinks about you and don't care about what they think about you. All that matters is what you think about you. So next, what's been the hardest part of all this for you? Permission to vent. The hardest part is just trying to learn that and instill that in my head, that it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about you. I'm gonna lift up my hat again. I think I'm hearing like a ringing sound. I don't know if it's just me and my ears are just ringing, but if you can hear a ringing sound, I'm sorry, I don't know where it came from. It's coming from, I don't know. I also just heard someone close their door outside. I want to move somewhere else because I feel like everybody is always disrespectful, especially the people that live next to me right here. They're always loud. And I can hear faint TV sounds right now. So hopefully you can't hear them in the video. But yeah, hardest part is learning to accept that, even though I'm trying to. Next, what movie do you wish you'd never seen so you can watch it for the first time with me? One of my favorite movies is The Last 5 Years, so if you haven't seen that, you should watch it. But I was saying I wanted to watch this again for the first time because when I first watched it, I didn't understand it and I had to look it up when I was done. So the movie goes from Kathy's POV from the ending to the beginning, and then from Jamie's POV from the beginning to the ending. So they're like crossing over, and it's like each song is like it like overlaps. So go from the ending to the beginning, ending, beginning, ending, beginning. They meet in the middle, and then beginning to end, like that. So I was really confused when I first watched it because I thought it was just like straight through and everything was happening just like this, but it goes backwards, So I wish I could watch it for the first time and actually know what was gonna happen, like understand the POVs are overlapping, so then I would be less confused and I would have enjoyed it more the first time that I watched it. But now it's one of my favorite movies and musicals. So yeah. Next, what's been the kindest thing someone has done for you? My husband taking care of me when I had cancer. That's been the kindest thing. Because he would always be at the hospital with me. He spent the night with me every day at the hospital. And he would always go home and make lunch and then bring it back and then go make dinner and bring it back. is very kind. What has been the kindest thing you have done for yourself in the last month? I would say I had the hair oiling for a while, so I just recently got the hair vitamin. So that's been the kindest thing I've done for myself, because I feel like I will just feel so much better when I have my old hair back and when I feel pretty again. So that's been the kindest thing I've done for myself, is get the hair vitamin. So hopefully this will help my hair grow faster, and then I'll feel better. Next, if money was not an issue, what is one big dream or idea you would execute this year? I would move to New York and then be auditioning all day for the things that I want, because I want to be an actor, an actress. So being in New York is one of the best places to be, and if I want to be on Broadway, you gotta be there. So, but New York is expensive, and if you don't have a job and you're just going through auditions all day trying to get something, how are you gonna pay for it, you know? So if money was not an issue, that's what I would do. Next, what are you better at than most people you know? Permission to brag. I would say I am pretty good at ASMR. I like to do ASMR, and I've made a lot of ASMR videos, so I would say that I'm kind of good at it by now. That's what I would say. Next. What do you wish you could spend more time doing? I would say spend more time with my husband, hanging out with my husband. Even though we both work from home right now and we're doing our own things at home, it's like we don't really see each other though. We're in separate rooms, just doing our own work. So we have date days on Saturdays, so we hang out on Saturdays, but I want to spend more time together because I love him and I want to spend 24/7 with him. So I wish I could spend more time with him. And next, wild card, write down the 3 most important things to you in a relationship. 30 seconds and then compare. So we're not gonna write it down, we'll just say 3. And I would say be caring, compassionate, and kind. I know those are all 3 kind of similar qualities, but they're all very important. I just want someone who's very nice. Next, it says wild card, write down a dating pet peeve in 20 seconds or 30 seconds and then compare. So again, not gonna write down, but a dating pet peeve when I was dating was being late, people being late. Like, don't you want to do a good first impression, you know? If you show up late, that already is like stepping off on the wrong foot. So yeah, I didn't like when people were late to dates or to picking me up, you know? It's like, obviously you don't respect my time, and that's very rude. So that's a pet peeve, is being late. I don't like to be late. And next, what did the people who raised you teach you about love? So nothing really, because my parents are parents who are married, but they should be divorced. They should have been divorced. I'm 26, they could have been divorced 26 years ago. They should not have been together this long. So what they taught me about love is to not marry someone who's mean to you. You have to marry someone who's good and nice and who actually loves you. And that's what I did. What has being single taught you about yourself, if anything, from your past? So not single now, but in the past, I think being single taught me that I just love love. I was always so sad not being in a relationship. I always loved romance books and romance movies and TV shows and everything. I love love. So that's what being single taught me, is that I love love and I want to be in love. Next, something that brought a smile to my face this week was my birthday. So it was almost a week ago now. I'm recording this on December 21st, Sunday, December 21st. My birthday was Monday, December 15th. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Sorry about my sneeze. That was kind of loud for an ASMR video. But my birthday was last week. It's still this week since it hasn't been a full week yet, so I'm still gonna count it. But yeah, my birthday was on Monday. It's Sunday. So my birthday brought a smile to my face because my husband made it a very special day. Next, what title would you give this chapter in your life? I would give this chapter the title of Recovery, because I am in recovery from cancer, and that's just what I'm doing all day, is just trying to recover, trying to get better and feel better after this traumatic thing. So yeah. Next, what has been your happiest memory this past year? Obviously it would be beating cancer, but my second one, if I had to pick another one, would be my 2-year wedding anniversary with my husband. We went to Frankenmuth in Michigan, and it was very fun together. So that's what I would say. And then that's the end of the Reddit one. So now let's go to the Google Doc and scroll to the level 2 questions. Okay. Let's see, you answered this one. Have you changed your mind about anything recently? Yeah, I know I've talked about cancer a little bit in this video, but I have changed my mind about talking about cancer, really. I don't want to talk about it at all. I don't want to think about it at all. I just want to forget about it. Forget I ever had it. Let it go from my mind. I just want to forget I ever had it. So I really changed my mind about kind of talking about it. I had 2 podcast episodes about cancer, and I deleted them because I just don't want that on there anymore. I don't want to talk about cancer anymore. So I think the first one was like, it was titled like My Thoughts on Cancer, and then the other one was Cancer is My Burnt Toast Theory. You know, that one's a good one. That one was positive, but the other one was kind of not that positive. So I just don't really want that on here anymore. I just want to forget about it and not really talk about it anymore, because I'm just done with it and I don't want to think about it. So yeah. And next, what has been your earliest recollection of happiness? So I take that as like when I gained consciousness when I was little. Like, when was the first time I remembered being happy? And I was gonna say, I guess like the Christmas times when I was a child. You know, Christmas just felt more whimsical when you were little, and you were really happy around Christmas time. So I would say that I was really happy during Christmas when I was little. Next, what lesson took you the longest to unlearn? When I made the other one, I didn't really understand this question, but I looked it up, and one of the things that someone said was like, family over everything. And they had to unlearn that, like, because people always say that, like, you have to put your family first, you know, they're your family, you have to like love them, they're your blood, you know, but you don't have to. If someone in your family is not nice to you, if someone in your family doesn't care about you, you don't have to care about them. You don't have to be there for them if they were never there for you, you know? So it doesn't always have to be family first, and your family comes first. Everything. You need to put your family above everything. You don't, and you put yourself first. And if you don't like family, if your family is dysfunctional, you don't have to. You don't have to. So that's what I had to unlearn. Is people always preach, you know, love your family. You could do everything for your family, but you don't. If they're not nice to you, you don't have to. You know. So yeah. Next, are you lying to yourself about anything? I guess to go off of that and like one of the previous questions, like not really caring what people think about you. I think I try to think that way, but I really don't think that way that much, but I want to, so I'm kind of lying to myself that I feel that way, because I don't a lot of the time, but I'm trying to. Next, when was the last time you surprised yourself? I don't remember what I answered for this in the last one. What did I say my answer was? When was the last time you surprised yourself? Oh, now I do. Having, like, I used to be shy and not speak my mind, but now I do. Now someone recently, like, tried to say, like, something mean to me and disrespectful, but no, I just did not have it, and I spoke my truth, you know. I said how I feel, and I surprised myself by doing that, because I don't normally do that, but now I'm gonna start doing it, and, you know, sticking up for myself, so that's what surprised me. Next, what do you crave more of? I would say I crave more of my husband and spending time with my husband, like I said, because I feel like we don't get enough time together as is, so I crave spending more quality time together. That's what I would say. Next, finish the sentence. Strangers would describe me as blank. Only I know that I am blank. So strangers would describe me as shy. Only I know that I am not shy. I don't really, you know, want to talk to strangers or talk to people that I don't know. So I'm pretty shy around people that I don't know that well. But if I know you well, then I won't be shy. So, like my husband, I'm not shy around him at all, and I can speak my mind. So strangers think I'm shy, but I'm really not that shy. I'm just shy around people that I don't really know, and I don't really want to talk to other people, you know. So yeah, I'm not that shy, really. But if I don't know you, then I will be. So yeah. What's the worst pain you have ever been in that wasn't physical? Obviously, learning that I had cancer when I had it. I wasn't even in that much pain physical when I had it. You know, all I had was really a cough. So obviously, I didn't think that I had cancer. I didn't have so much pain, but finding out that I had it, I was like, this is crazy. Like, my heart hurts, my head hurts. Like, why does this have to happen? So the worst mental pain is finding out that it was not good. Has a stranger ever changed your life? So with this one, I didn't know. I said it in the last one, like a stranger who is still a stranger? No, but a stranger who isn't a stranger anymore. Like my husband was once a stranger, but now he's my husband. So no, like not a stranger who's still a stranger, but yes, my husband, he was once a stranger, and now we're married, and he's the light of my life and has changed my life. So yes and no, I guess, depending on how you interpret the question. And next, what would your younger self not believe about your life today? She would not believe that I had cancer. I still don't believe it myself. Like, it's just like, it's something that you see in movies and other people online. It's like, that would never happen to me. Like, how could I get cancer? I've never done anything wrong. So how did I get cancer? Like, that's just not something that's gonna happen to me. Like, how could that happen to me? It just doesn't seem real until it happens to you. So she wouldn't believe that I had cancer. She'd be like, you are literally lying. Like, how could that happen to me? Which, it is crazy because I had lymphoma, and when they told me that, I was like, okay, how did I get that? Like, where did that come from? And they said lymphoma is one that's like, you can't not do anything. You just get it. Like, people just get it. I don't know why, but you can just get it just to get it. Like, you didn't do anything to get it. There's no way you could have prevented it. Like, some people just get it and you can't control it. So it's like, what the flip? Like, how is that even possible? How is that even real? So she wouldn't believe that. She'd be like, you're kidding. And you got the one where it's like, there's no explanation for it. You just got it just to get it. Like, that's stupid. She wouldn't believe it. I still don't believe it. I still don't believe how I had it. Like, it just doesn't seem real to me. But yeah. Next, I think there's a piece of skin on my lip. Let me move over and pull it off. I think I got it. Let's look. I think it's still there. Do you see it? Wait. Okay, I think it's gone. I think I got it. Okay. Next, how would you describe the feeling of being in love with one word? I would say wonderful. Being in love is wonderful. I love it a lot. Next, what are you more afraid of, failure or success, and why? I think this question is really stupid because why would I be afraid of success? Obviously, it's failure. I don't want to fail. I want to succeed at all the things that I want, and I want to get all of my dreams. So why would I be scared of success? Why would I be afraid of success? I don't think, if someone answers this question with success, I want to know what the answer is, like your why to that, because why would you ever pick? You're more afraid of success. Like, I'm more afraid of failure and not getting my dreams and just having my dreams just be dreams. Like, if I fail and I don't get my dream, it's like, what was the point then, you know? So yeah. What is a dream you let go of? So I think I'm not going to let go of my dreams, but when I was little, before I wanted to do theater, I wanted to be an artist, you know, like a drawer. But then I guess I gave up on that because I want to be a performer, but I didn't really give up on it, you know, I just switched to something else I wanted, which I don't want to be an artist now, so it works out, and I wasn't even that good at it, but that didn't matter because I was little when I thought that. So if I would have kept doing it, you know, obviously I would have got better. But I guess that could be something that I let go of when I was little, is I wanted to be an artist, a drawer, a painter, you know, things like that. But now I would like to be a performer. So yeah, and I'm gonna try to not let go of that dream. Next, if you could get to know someone in your life on a deeper level, who would it be and why? a way to know him even deeper, I would pick him. But if I couldn't pick him, I would say, I guess my next pick would be my brother. I guess he's the person that I care about second after my husband. And my head is itchy from having this beanie on, but my hair is short. And I feel ugly and I still feel bald. Like, even though it's a little short, I still feel bald and ugly. So I'm gonna keep my hat on in my podcast episodes and everything until I feel good about it. So if that includes itchy head, then it includes an itchy head. I just washed my beanie though, so I don't know why I feel itchy. Maybe just because I've had it on for so long now, recording these videos. But yeah. Next. What part of your life works? What part of your life hurts? The part of my life that works is my husband and being with him. What part of my life hurts is being sad all the time. I don't want to be sad anymore. I just want to be happy. But it's hard to be happy when you're in recovery. And you're like, why did that have to happen to me? Like, yes, I'm grateful to be alive, but it's like, why did that have to happen to me in the first place? So I'm just sad about that. But yeah, it hurts. Anyway, how can you become a better person? I think I'm already a pretty good person. But I guess what I was saying in the last one is I guess I could do some volunteer work. I've seen some things online lately of people doing like volunteering. Like I would want to do angel tree. I've seen that a lot recently, but I don't have any money, you know, so I can't do it. But hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, one day I become rich and famous and I can do lots of good things for people. That's what I want to do. I want to do angel tree. But I think right now I could do volunteering, you know, because that's free. So I guess I could become a better person that way. Do some volunteer work. But yeah, I hate billionaires and I hate people who are hoarding wealth when there are people starving in the world, when there are homeless people. Like, I just cannot understand how these people don't want to help people. Because if I get famous and rich, I'm gonna help people. I just don't understand like how you could not want to help people. I don't get it. But yeah, volunteer. That's what I should do to be a better person. Do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image other people see you as? No. I think of myself way differently than what other people think about me. I think the only person who sees me very, very, very similar is my husband. But I wish he could see me like exactly the way I see myself, but I wish everybody else could too. I think everybody else has a different opinion of me than I have of myself. And I wish everybody could just see myself through my eyes. So yeah. Next, are you missing anyone right now? Do you think they miss you too? Yes, I miss my husband because he went away today, like I said. Even though he's only been gone today, I still miss him. And yes, he misses me too because he called me when he was about to leave to come back here. And he did. He said he misses me. He missed me too, even though we've only been apart for a day. He still misses me, so yes. And I'm excited to see him when he comes home. So yeah. Next, what fast food restaurant do you think I'm most likely to drive through, and what's my order? Recently I've been getting a lot of Taco Bell, and I get other sauce that comes on it. So just beans and rice, and then I add the mild sauce and the hot sauce that you can get. And I get a hot blast. Yum yum. Yum yum yum. Sometimes I'll get just a bean burrito and that with no cheese, and that is like beans and onions and sauce in it. So that's good. Or sometimes it's expensive though. But sometimes I like to get the Mexican pizza. I get the veggie Mexican pizza, which is beans instead of meat and then no cheese. So it's like crunchy shell, flat things. What is that called? No, that's not just that. Maybe it is just that. I don't know. The flat taco, crunchy taco, and then the beans, and then another flat one, and then red sauce and tomatoes on top of it. And it's good. It's good. But that one is like way more expensive. Like the bean burrito, it's like $2. This one is like $5 to $6. But it's so good. I wish I would get that if I was rich. That's what I would buy. I would get the Mexican pizza every time if I could. But I cannot because it's expensive. So yeah. Next, do you think I intimidate others? Why or why not? I definitely do not. I'm a girl and I don't look scary or anything at all. I'm not scary looking, so I don't think that I intimidate others at all just by looking at me. Next, when you are asked, how are you? How often do you answer truthfully? I don't really ever answer truthfully, and I don't think anybody does. When someone says, how are you? It's like the standard that you're just supposed to say, good, how are you? So if someone says, how are you? You say, good, how are you? And they say, good, and then you go about your conversation like, unless you're like friends with someone or you're like actually asking them like for real. But most people just ask it as like a filler hello. They say, hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Some people don't even answer back. I feel like when someone says that to me, a lot of people just say, hi, how are you? I'll say, hi, good, how are you? And then they'll just go straight into conversation. They don't even answer back. Like, I feel like that's weird. Like, at least say good and then go into the thing. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it is weird that I said good, how are you? And then they don't even answer. They just like start talking about what they were gonna say. Like, at least say good and then go into what you're gonna say, you know. But I think nobody answers truthfully because that's just the standard. That's what you're required to say. It's just good, how are you? So I think never, and I think most people would say it never. Then the next question says, how are you really? I'm fine. I feel sad, but I'm alright. I'll be okay. Next, what's the most unexplainable thing that happened to you? Cancer. Like I said earlier, I had lymphoma, and it's just unexplainable how I got it. You know, I asked them, how did I get this? And they say, you just get it. Like some people, you just get it. We don't know how you get lymphoma. You just get it. There's no way you could have prevented it. Some people just get it. So that's the most unexplainable thing about me. I just got cancer, just for fun, I guess. My body was like, why not? Just give her cancer. Why and how now? Like, I got it when I was 24. Yeah, and then I had my birthday. I found out in November 2024, and then the next month was my birthday, so I was 25. Now I'm 26. So I got it when I was 24. Like, after 24 years, then my body just grows cancer. Like, what are you doing? I want to yell right now. Like, I don't want to do ASMR. Like, what are you doing? 24 years, and then you're just gonna grow a little tumor in my body. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Just for fun? Like, why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know. the most unexplainable thing. Because it's like, why? Anyway, if you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be and what would you be doing? I would be with my husband. We would be in New York and I would be performing on Broadway. That's what I would say. Describe your perfect day. My perfect day is spending the whole day with my husband, us doing fun things like going out to eat, going to the movies, going to a show, going for a walk, playing games. That's my perfect day. So yeah. What dating advice would you give to your younger self? I would say stop messing around with these stupid boys who don't care about you and just wait for your husband. You don't need to go on dates with all these other people because you're about to find your husband in a couple years. So stop going on dates with these boys who make you sad and just wait till your husband and then go on a date with him. This is your husband. This is when you're going on a date. Just wait and save yourself all of the heartbreaks, okay? That's what I say. Next, how old do you feel emotionally? I feel 16. At the latest, 17. I'm 26. I just turned 26. That's over halfway through your 20s. Like, I'm closer to 30 than 20, but I don't feel that way. I literally feel like 18. Like, I do not feel old at all. I feel like I should have been just starting going to college. Like, how am I already graduated from college? I'm married. Like, I just don't feel that way. I feel younger. I feel like a child. I don't know. I don't feel 26. At the latest, I feel 18. I do not feel old at all. I have the same hobbies and things that I want to do as back then. Nothing has really changed about me. So that's how old I feel. Yeah. Next, will I find your ex on your Insta feed? Why or why not? You will not, because I'm married, and you shouldn't have your exes on your socials if you're married. What could you have done better in previous relationships? I think all of the boys were always the bad ones in the relationships. I can do no wrong. I know that's not all the way true, but mostly it was the boys who ruined everything. So I guess maybe I just could have been nicer. I feel like I was always nice, but I guess maybe I could have been a little nicer, maybe, in my previous relationships. Finish the sentence. I would say dating is hard. So I'm glad that I don't have to do it anymore. Next, it says describe your perfect date. Perfect date is the same as my perfect day, so that's what it would be. What are you currently and what are you not currently giving enough time to? I'm currently not giving enough time to my husband. I would like to spend more time with him. If I could, I would. That's what I want to do. Spend more time, more quality time together. Yeah. Next, is there an image of yourself you try to project on a first date you wish you could let go of? I don't think so. I don't think I did really anything wrong or projected myself a certain way on first dates that I don't think was right. I think I was good. I think I was company going on dates, so there's nothing that I would have wanted to get rid of. Maybe be less shy, but I think when I went on dates, I always tried to not be shy, and I think I did well, but I guess I could have been a little bit more outgoing, more enthusiastic maybe, I guess, I don't know, but yeah. Next, question to be asked on a date? What do you wish you would be asked more? I guess I don't really remember, but I guess thinking about it right now, I guess I would only want to be asked like about myself. So like if they asked a question like about my family and stuff like that, like I want to talk about myself and you should talk about yourself and our interests together to get to know each other first. Like it doesn't really matter, I guess. Like for a first date, like you can ask more, like obviously on the second date or something, I don't know, but like I feel like you should really only be talking about yourselves. And like I know family is a part of yourself, but there are so many questions you can ask on a first date about the other person. So maybe I would not like to be asked about my family. Like I don't know how many, I guess it's stupid, like it doesn't matter like if they do ask, but I guess I would rather talk about myself more. Like if they say like how many siblings do you have, like that, like it's not really relevant to our date. You should learn more about me. I guess you can tell more about a person by what kind of siblings they had, if they only had sisters or only brothers or whatever, you know, but still, just if I had to pick, I guess I would say that. I guess it's not a big deal. And I don't go on dates anymore, so it doesn't matter, but I guess I would rather talk about myself more than other people. And what do you wish I would be asked about more? I guess my hopes and dreams and my plans for the future, because I think people are kind of scared to ask about like the future on dates, because it's like, well, what if we don't end up together, you know? Like you shouldn't ask what are your future plans, because then they're like, oh, you want to get serious really fast. Like no, I think it's just good conversation, you know what I mean? So yeah, I guess I would like to be asked deeper questions. What are my hopes and dreams and future plans, things like that. And then a wild card, draw your current mood, compare. If I had to draw it, I would draw a smiley face because my husband is almost home. So I'm gonna see him again. I'm excited to see him because I've been sad today, so he's gonna make me feel better. So with that, since we're at an hour and my husband is almost home and I'm happy and excited to see him, we're going to end it here. So that was We're Not Really Strangers level 2. If you want to see level 1, if you haven't watched it already, go watch that one. And then the next one will be level 3. And then I think probably after that I will do the expansion packs, but we will see. But yeah, if you want to know these questions, you can look them up yourself. Just like look up We're Not Really Strangers PDF, and then you'll get a bunch of different links to different people posting the questions. And some people have different questions too. Like some people posted some of them and other person posted some of them. So you get all the questions. Look at all the different sites that come up if you want all of the questions, or just buy the game if you want it. I thought it was fun, so I'd recommend it, but you can find them online. But it would be funner to just not be online doing it, just hold the cards. And it comes with the drawing, so when it says like draw and compare, it comes with pencils and a pad of paper. So yeah, if you wanted to do it, you could do it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked